Good morning. We're going to stick in Matthew 4 today. And I came down and I was like, I felt like the message that we're to receive today is just going to be the next one. I actually stopped on our last one and I thought, this next one's super interesting. And we just got done talking about sowing seeds. And my takeaway from that is, you know, a variation from what Jesus was intending to teach, and that is, planting these seeds of wisdom that he gives into our hearts that we may manifest, the acts that he's trying to teach us, right? The acts of loving our God with all of our heart, mind, and soul. The act of loving our neighbor, how do we make that a verb? How do we incorporate that in our daily life? And how do we incorporate the instructions he's giving us? All while maintaining the intent of becoming free men. Super interesting concept, huh? So this next one, it's kind of like when you go back and consider how you learned math from kindergarten through, say, the first or second grade, right? The first thing they taught you to do was to write out 1 through 9, and they gave you the double line, triple lined paper, and this stays above the middle, this goes below the middle, and you drew out your digits, and okay, now. Then they took you through how many digits does it take to make up a whole number. Once you gained perspective of that, what was the next thing they took you into? Wasn't it like addition, where you would add this digit to that digit? And once you got all that sorted out, you think, wow, I finally figured out how numbers work. They took you right into subtraction, didn't they? And once you figured out subtraction, you're like, wow, I figured out math. I know addition and subtraction. I am in first or second grade, and I got it all figured out. What they do then, they take you straight into division, right? But if you didn't have that very first part, what is a digit? What is it consisting of, right? If you didn't have addition, subtraction, how would you do multiplication, division, right? Once you got all the division and multiplication figured out, what they do, they took you into algebra. Oh, goodness, right? But once you got algebra figured out, you knew you were master of the universe. So this next one is a little bit like that, I think. So sorry for that long-winded intro. We're going to jump in here. Mark chapter 4, verse 21. He said to them, "Do you bring a lamp to put it under a bowl or a bed? Instead, don't you put it on its stand? For whatever is hidden is meant to be disclosed, and whatever is concealed is meant to be brought out into the open. If anyone has ears to hear, let him hear. Consider carefully what you hear." He continued, "With the measure you use, it will be measured to you, and even more. Whatever will be given, whoever has will be given more. Whoever does not have, even what he has will be taken from him." Wow. Those don't even seem to go together, right? I mean, we're talking about putting a lamp not under a bed, not under a bowl, but out on its stand where everything that can be exposed will be exposed. And then he jumps into this other topic. With the measure you use, it will be measured to you, and even more. Whoever has will be given more. Whoever does not have, even what he has will be taken from him. So I think, I think it's obvious. This one takes a little bit of, soak it up in the bread, chew on it a bit, sort it out. but it's saying, we're to learn these tenets that he's teaching us. We're to go out and practice them, right? And by practicing them, we're dispensing God's love. We're dispensing his nature. We're dispensing grace, right? We're dispensing love. We're dispensing the attributes, the fruits of the Spirit, right? And so what he's saying in the first part is, I'm going to expose everything. Everything, with whatever intent you've done it, will be exposed. And whatever you've put out there, it's going to be brought back to you even more. So did you sow seeds of love, of encouragement, of honesty? What did you sow? Did you sow seeds of deceit, mistrust, lies, right? So in this last part, he's saying, whatever you've done, it's going to be brought back to you even more. And if you've taken, even what little you have will be taken from you, right? Powerful message for today. I think, how I started this off is, we're to practice what we're learning. We practice it every day. And we're going to be judged on how we did. And even more, I think it's part of like the natural order of things. I see it in my own life when I'm graceful to those that don't deserve it. When I'm charitable, and it doesn't, meekness is not weakness. So, we feed the hungry, we clothe the naked, I say I'm willing to help those that are willing to help themselves. So, use your Holy Spirit inside of you, spend your time where it's valuable, but definitely spend that time. I hope you've enjoyed today's Bible study. I hope you have a great day, and we'll talk again tomorrow.